you for joining us on WSAV News 3 today at 11. Here's a live look on this Monday morning from our Savannah cam out over Tybee Island. Storm Team 3 meteorologist Alyssa Carsley is outside in Taylor Square with a look at our forecast first. And Alyssa, things are heating up. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Kim. That's absolutely right. A week ago, it felt so comfortable outside. We were tracking morning lows for a few days in the 50s. That is now long gone. We started off the day around 73 degrees here in Savannah, and we're only up to 78 right now. However, it's always slightly muggy, so our feel-like temperatures have already climbed back into the lower 80s, and we'll continue to see those feel-like temperatures climb with our actual temperature back into the upper 80s through 1 o'clock, low 90s throughout the afternoon, with the heat index back into the low to mid 90s, even with the clouds. And it's really just thanks to that southeast wind that just continues to bring in all this moisture, and eventually some tropical moisture from southern Florida will make its way up, and that's what's going to give us the higher risk of those feel-like temperatures getting back into the triple digits by the end of the week. So of course we're looking at that, plus that chance of rain that will also continue to increase, at least by Friday into our weekend. So coming up in just around 10 minutes, we'll talk about how things are feeling just a bit more like summer compared to the brief cool down we were enjoying all of last week.
Thank you, Alyssa. WSAV is your local election headquarters. Early voting is underway across Georgia ahead of the state's runoff election next Tuesday, June 16th. It will determine the remainder of each party's nominees for Georgia's general election on November 3rd. On the Democratic side, voters will decide who will advance in the races for Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, U.S. House District 1, Insurance Commissioner, and Labor Commissioner. Seats still up for grabs on the Republican ballot are Governor, Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, U.S. Senate, Public Service Commissioner, and State School Superintendent. If you voted in last month's primary election and chose a party, you must vote on that same ballot again. Now, if you chose a nonpartisan ballot or did not vote in the primary election, you will be allowed to choose your party ballot in the runoff. In Chatham County, 2 locations are open for registered voters who want to cast their ballots in advance. The voter registration annex on Eisenhower Drive will be available until 6 o'clock tonight, and then tomorrow through Friday from 8 until 6. Voter officials are also standing by at mosquito control on Billy B. Hare Drive until 5 this afternoon, and then tomorrow through Friday from 9 until 5. Well, voters had an opportunity to hear directly from the Democratic candidates running for Georgia's 1st congressional district over the weekend. WSAV's Isley Herschel was there for the Hungry Club Forum of Savannah Incorporated's political event at the May Street YMCA.
Forum gave these candidates a chance to speak their minds on topics relating to finances, education, and the overall reason they're running for the position. They were asked to tell the room what they would do differently to make it into office that hasn't already been done before. Griggs says she's going to enhance a coalition that's already been formed in the 1st District.
What I'm doing is enhancing that coalition to include those that have been left out. There's a lot of people that's been left out in this district. You have the poor, you have the rural poor, you have the urban.
Hollowell talked about what she's already started to do in Glenn County.
We are starting a petition in Glenn County to get over 2,500 signatures to make sure these people will talk about why the county needs to participate in public transportation.
Another big topic was about what programs they would expand to improve K-12 outcomes and expand careers in technical education.
We don't have a Department of Education. And so we need to reinstate our Department of Education, and that's probably one of the first things I want to do.
In high school, there should be some workforce type programs, some training programs.
They were also asked what targeted federal and state strategies they would pursue to stabilize prices for essential goods. To this, both had similar answers, saying they wanted to end tariffs and work to end the war in Iran to bring prices down. If she wins the runoff, Hollowell wants to address affordability and corruption.
The war that we're in is illegal, and the Congress has even decided that.
Griggs also wants to focus on affordability.
People are hurting right now. Prices are going up every day. People can't afford food.
That was WSAV's Isley Herschel reporting. Meanwhile, we are less than 24 hours away from the polls opening for South Carolina's primary following a record-breaking early voting turnout. According to the state's election commission, more than 318,000 voters cast their ballots in advance from May 26th through last Friday, June 5th. Of those voters, 12,091 were from Beaufort County, 1,382 from Hampton County, and 2,185 from Jasper County. Polls will be open from 7 until 7 tomorrow for Election Day in South Carolina. You can stay up to date on the elections in both Georgia and the Lowcountry on our website by visiting WSAV.com/electionHQ.